Embarrass.
Okay, this useless MRA keeps showing up at the majority report and getting his ass handed to him. So I'm going to show him how it's done right. It's better not to involve yourselves with these people at all, because when you involve yourselves with these anti-male scumbags, you only make the situation work. Now let's get into this.
+91. I think I'm picking up your call. Who's this where you're calling from? If you can hear me.
Yes, this is Yash from India again.
Oh, Anyesh from India. Hi, how are you?
Okay, first of all, he comes out incredibly milquetoast. Incredibly, like Yanesh or whatever. Let me hear his name again.
Oh, Anyesh from India. Hi,
Anyesh.
how are you?
Okay. All right, Anyesh, if you come on like a beggar, no one's going to respect you. Guys aren't going to follow someone who comes on sounding like you sound. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, so, well, you know why I called in. So the last time
Look, if you have a problem with the language barrier, it's time to bail out. Because look, if that's the problem, then I can understand that, but then you're not the right guy to be a representative for the MRA. Okay?
I called, you mentioned about, well, I mentioned some things and you mentioned some things in return, right?
Yes, I think that's how it went.
Why are you asking questions? You come in and you say, this is my issue. This is my problem with this. Then you state it. You don't ask them like a meek little boy begging for their attention.
Yeah, so the point, your point was that the overall, it's not, well, it's...
She can barely withstand putting up with you right now.
Not bad against men, right? That was your point.
I'm sorry.
Overall.
That American society is not structured as in a way that is biased against men. Yes, that was my point.
Why would you ask her that lame question? You know that's what she thinks.
Yeah, so I disagree with that.
I know.
I would like to mention...
Well, that's really coming off strong. Well, I kindly disagree with that. Can you imagine a black man coming up to the KKK and saying, oh, all us black guys need to swing from the trees? I kindly disagree with that.
Yes, I would like to mention another issue. So, I mean, maybe I can convince you that despite the abortion thing...
Why would you say something that stupid? She's not going to be convinced about anything. And you know that. This guy talking, he's done other debates with these people. He knows what they're about. Your debate with her is to get third parties listening. This MRA is a typical beggar, and he pisses me off. I get riled up hearing this.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead,
maybe
Anyesh.
Overall, it is worse.
Go ahead.
So you know about circumcision?
I've heard of it, yes.
Why would you, oh my God, why would you ask such a stupid question? Just say, circumcision is why I'm here, and I'm against it.
Yeah, so it's genital mutilation, right?
I guess in the technical sense.
So overall, I mean, that does imply, I mean, that's a big deal. So...
Does circumcision make sexual intercourse painful for men after that happens?
Now, this is what you say. Circumcision damages the sensation. That's its purpose. That's what it is for girls, too. Right? That's what you say. Now, let's see if he says that.
I think that's not the only issue. I mean...
Then what is the issue?
In the moment when...
Because you know that for female circumcision, which does happen...
He's letting her derail the conversation. instead of just coming out and giving a statement of what is wrong with circumcision.
Been in the world, the clitoris is sometimes chopped off. Sorry to get a little graphic with you, Anya.
He should be interrupting her and saying, this is about men, not you.
Yes. And the women's organs, reproductive, or like, I don't want to get too graphic here, but they're pleasure center.
No, look, tell her to shut up. Do something to stop this nonsense. Women are not circumcised almost anywhere in the world. So it's a non-issue for women. This is what you say.
For sex is removed from their body through surgery, and then sex is incredibly painful. So there is really no analogy between male and female circumcision.
See, now you say it's not about analogy. Male circumcision is wrong. This isn't about you. This is what you say.
Yeah, I mean, you never failed to complain about female genital mutilation in other third world countries. Meanwhile, your own country has this problem. Well, I mean,
I don't think it's a problem.
The reason this is you don't think circumcision, male genital mutilation is a problem, but female genital mutilation is a problem, correct?
Well, but
why are you asking a stupid question like that? Oh my God, I'm getting so pissed off. No, got after this woman. You say, what do you mean? So cutting little infants to damage their sexual drive, enjoyment as adults isn't a problem to you? This is how you get after this disgusting. Look, what's your name, Emma? You're a scumfuck. You are for torture of little baby boys. You are disgusting subhuman. Now, I don't care if they cut me off at that point. That's what I'd be saying.
Because one of the genital mutilations causes a lot of pain, and the other one makes it like a tiny bit less pleasurable to have sex, and it doesn't really have an effect on their lives.
Well, I mean, well, first of all, it seems like you're minimizing the issue, and
it seems like you're minimizing the issue. She's lying. She told a bold-faced lie.
it does cause a lot of pain. First of all, in the moment when a baby is getting circumcised, you know, they do not give anesthesia to them. So,
Anish, are you circumcised?
No, I'm from India. I'm not.
I am. I don't remember the pain because I don't remember the pain because I was an infant and I'm 27 years old and I've never had an issue with my penis regarding.
So as long as you
so why he should be saying, okay, so then the date rape drug doesn't matter, right? Like if you drugged a woman and had sex with her and she'd remember it the other day, nothing's wrong. No problem with that, right? That's what you bring up.
As long as So as long as a baby does not remember pain, so does that mean the harm is not a big deal?
Also, if that's not the problem, then who cares about little girls? That's why she tries to minimize what happened to guys and say, oh, it's really, really painful. No, it's not painful. That's a bold-faced lie. There's no way cutting her clitoris and it healing after decades that it's going to be painful. This is a bold-faced lie this woman is saying.
I mean, by that logic, I mean, raping a child is not bad either because, you know, it's not going to remember the pain either.
Context. I think it's a pretty remarkably different context.
Well, so do you also think that kicking a baby is not a big deal either because it's not going to feel the pain either, right?
So circumcision is not. Did you know that in the United States circumcision is not required by law?
Now, what he should be saying is that it is it's illegal to circumcise girls, and therefore it should be illegal to circumcise boys. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, the fact that it is allowed at all is a problem.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, if female genital mutilation was not mandatory but was allowed, it would still be a problem, right?
Okay, he actually made one good point. But he should stop putting it in the form of question.
I guess, but I would not
Yes,
say
I mean,
that this is
same.
okay.
So he should be calling her on this. What do you mean guess? It either is or isn't.
Go on.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it does cause a lot of pain. I mean, they're skinning alive a child's genitals, and it's not even under anesthesia.
Okay. Let's just say, sure, we'll agree on this. Outlaw circumcision in the United States. Now, what is another example of male discrimination in this country?
Now, this is where you say, okay, you've agreed with that. Then you bail. You say, okay, then I made my point. So why she's been defeated after all those lies, and now she's going to jump to something else. In other words, I've seen this too. When I make a point out, someone once said, name 10 different things. So in other words, they're going to just erase it unless you can do it over and over again.
Well, I mean, the point is that this is a big deal. So, I mean, overall, I think I would disagree on the last the main point you said last time, that well, overall, the women have it worse.
Okay, so
agree?
because of circumcision of babies with penises, which they don't really remember, and then in some ways has hygiene benefits. But, if you want to make it outlaw, if you don't agree with it, that's okay.
No. It has no hygiene benefits. Will this guy say that?
What else is another example of male discrimination in this country?
Well, I mean,
Okay, so see how much hesitation he's there? This guy is not geared for this. So I don't know why he keeps putting his voice out there. Al Inesh is your name. You're making things worse, not better. You make MRAs look weak and stupid. And you make it sound like we have no points whatsoever.
I mean,
So
how much is enough for you?
I would like another example, because there are plenty of medical.
Okay, he's just lost this debate because all he had to do was come up with one more. I wouldn't have come up with any, because I would have just said, no, this is important and it shows what I said is true. And I'd end it there. But the fact that she asked him any other case and he couldn't come up with anything. So this lame duck has just harmed the MRM's efforts. Not that the MRM's any good as it is, but this is the reason why these lame ducks.
Discrimination elements that women literally face as adults, including right now, the right to an abortion has been made illegal in this country in many states.
Now, he should be bringing up child support. For one thing, these women have absolute control whether they give birth to a child, and they could give up their child to adoption. Now, will he say any of that?
Well, I mean, yeah, you mentioned it earlier, and I'm saying this again, that despite abortion, keeping the circumcision thing in mind, overall, the net is against men. I mean,
the net, that would suggest that women have issues. They don't.
Torturing someone is worse than not getting an abortion, right?
Okay. Good thing I'm not going to go the last minute. This guy, Inesh, if I'm getting your name right, it's hard to hear. I don't want you going on the Majority Report anymore. I don't want you speaking for us. You're not capable. You actually harm men's rights by coming on and sounding like this and not putting up a real fight. It puts men off. Men listening to you will say, oh, the MRM's lame. and there's no point in supporting it. And I may as well just suffer in my problems. That's what will happen. So I am requesting that you stop doing this. Thank you.